There's a dua, a prayer that he sallallahu alayhi wasallam taught himself. And this dua was specifically for the moment that when you lose someone, or when you lose something, or when life takes something from you that you thought you could never live without. And the promise attached to this dua was that he subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to replace what you lost with something better. But before I tell you the dua, I want to take you all the way back to where it came from, because the story behind it makes it hit completely different. It was in the early days of Islam. There was a woman named Umm Salama. She's married to a man named Abu Salama, one of the earliest companions, a man known for his faith, his character, and his love for his family. One day, Abu Salama comes home from being with Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and he was beaming with excitement. He could barely contain himself. And he says to her, I heard something from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam today, and I filled my heart with joy. Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, no Muslim is struck with a calamity, no Muslim loses something in this life and then says this dua, except that Allah will reward them for their patience and replace that which they lost with something better. He taught her the words, she memorized them, and that was that beautiful moment between the husband and the wife, the gift passed between them. But then life happened. Abu Salama falls ill. He was wounded, and the wound that he thought had healed didn't. He came back. Now he knows he's dying. And instead of spending his final moments thinking about himself, he looks at his wife, and he raises his hands and makes dua for her. He says, O Allah, after my death, grant Salama a husband that is better than me, one who will treat her well, and one who will not make her sad. Subhanallah. And Salama was hearing this, and she's thinking, better than you? Who could possibly be better than you? She couldn't even imagine it. And then Abu Salama passed away. Salama was now left widow with children in Medina, and in her grief, she remembered. She remembered what her husband had told her, the dua he had brought home that day with so much joy. And then she began to say the dua. She read it, even though a part of her couldn't believe anything better was possible. Because in her heart, she thought, how? Who could possibly be better than Abu Salama? He was from the first to accept Islam. He was noble, and he was hers. And the idea of someone better felt impossible. And after her nikah, Allah answers her dua. The person who came to propose to her was none other than the best of men, Habibullah, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. That was Allah's replacement for her. The same man who taught the dua, the same man whose words Abu Salama had rushed home that day to tell her, Allah's answer to her dua was he sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Salama thought no one could replace Abu Salama. She couldn't see it, but Allah could. And he did. Subhan. So here's the dua. Allahumma ajurni fi musibati. Oh Allah, console me in my tragedy. وَخْلُفْ لِي خَيْرًا مِنْهَا. And replace for me that which I have lost is something better. So whatever that you have lost, and whatever that has been taken from you, make this dua. And trust that Allah says what you cannot. Subhanallah.